Welcome in the Triton Nation Network. Right now, if you're joining us, Iowa Lakes leads 8-2. We already have a new pitcher for Iowa Central. Jessame started the game. She has Alex Boyce, number 21. Jessame giving up 6 runs, 4 earned. Right now, if you're joining us, Iowa Lakes leads 8-2. We already have a new pitcher for Iowa Central. They started the game. She has been replaced by Alex Boyce, number 21. Swung on a miss. Now 1-1. Jessame giving up 6 runs, 4 earned. Right now, if you're joining us, Iowa Lakes leads 8-2. We already have a new pitcher for Iowa Central. Jessame started the game. She has been replaced by Alex Boyce, number 21. Swung on a miss. Now 1-1. There's a grounder up the middle. And look at the force. No, they dropped it. And that's a really bad error there. It's now 11-2 on that error. Just need to stand on the bag. That gets the force out. With 2 outs, you just need to get that out at second. But they dropped the ball. And look at the force. No, they dropped it. It's now 11-2 in favor of Iowa Lakes. It's now 11-2 on that error. 1 ball, no strikes. That gets the force out. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. It's been going a while. There's a pass ball. Get that out at second. But they dropped the ball. Pass ball for Dama. Runners to second and third. 2 balls, no strikes. It's now 11-2 in favor of Iowa Lakes. It's now 11-2 on that error. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouled away. 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. It's been going a while. The batter is Alexi Polisco. Iowa Lakes has batted around this inning. Pass ball for Dama. Runners to second and third. 2 balls, no strikes. It's now 11-2 in favor of Iowa. 2 outs here. So after the top of the 4th happens, Iowa Lakes explodes for 9 runs. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 11-2 Iowa Lakes. Comes back on the Triton Nation Network. Kennedy Newell leads off for Iowa Central, and they need a humongous rally. It's the bottom of the 4th. They have 3 innings to come back from 9 runs down after Iowa Lakes explodes for 9 in the top half. Back on the Triton Nation Network. Kennedy Newell leads off for Iowa Central, and they need a humongous rally. It's the bottom of the 4th. They have 3 innings to come back from 9 runs down after Iowa Lakes explodes for 9 in the top half. Back on the Triton Nation Network. Kennedy Newell leads off for Iowa Central, and they need a humongous rally. It's the bottom of the fourth. They have there's a strike to Newell, 1-1. Come back from 9 runs down after Iowa Lakes explodes for 9 in the top half. Back on the Triton Network, Kennedy Newell leads off for Iowa Central, and they need a Newell fouls it away, 1-2. There's a strike to Newell, 1-1. Come back from 9 runs down after Iowa Lakes explodes for 9 in the top half. Back on the Triton Network, Kennedy Newell leads off for Iowa Central, and they need a Newell fouls it away, 1-2. There's a ground ball. So Newell grounds out to the second baseman Lopez for out number 1 here in the fourth. And here is Newell fouls it away, 1-2. It's going to be Boyce. Ground ball. So Newell grounds out to the second baseman Lopez for out number 1 here in the fourth. Swung on and missed by Boyce. 0-1. 11-2 Iowa Lakes is game 1 of doubleheader here at Harlan Rogers. So Newell grounds out to the second baseman Lopez for out number 1 here in the fourth. Swung on and missed by Boyce. 0-1. Ball on the strike now. 11-2 Iowa Lakes on Boyce. Game 1 with doubleheader. Dama, the catcher, on deck here at Harlan Rogers. So Newell grounds out to the second baseman Lopez for out number 1 here in the fourth. Swung on and missed by Boyce. There's strike 2. Ball on the strike now. 11-2 Iowa Lakes on Boyce. Game 1 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dama, the catcher, on deck here at Harlan Rogers. Oh, 1-2. There's strike 2. Ball on the strike now. Now 2-2. It's that one came inside on Boyce. Windy day here at Harlan Rogers. Very windy, so the ball in the air into the outfield possibly will get pushed back toward the infield. Fouled back by Boyce. That one came inside. Stays alive. Windy day here at Harlan Rogers. Very windy, so the ball in the air into the outfield possibly will get pushed back toward the infield. Fouled back by Boyce. That one came inside. Stays alive. Windy day. So now 2-2 to Boyce. 11-2 Iowa Lakes. Into the outfield, possibly will get fly ball to right. Windy day, but it's going to carry out to right center. It's a home run. Home run for Alex Boyce, who came in to relieve Jessa May in her first at-bat of the day. Hits a homer to right center. Fly ball to right. Windy day, but it's going to carry instead of pushing out to right the ball back to the infield. It goes out to right center, so it's now 11-3 for Alex Boyce, who came in to relieve Jessa May in her first at-bat of the day. Hits a homer to right center. Fly ball to right. Windy day, but it's going to carry instead of pushing out to right the ball back to the infield. It goes out to right center, so it's now 11-3 for Alex Boyce, who came in to relieve Jessa May in her first at-bat of the day. Hits a homer to right center. Fly ball to right. Windy day, but it's going to carry instead of pushing out to right the ball back to the infield. It goes out to right center, so it's now 11-3 for Alex Boyce, who came in to relieve Jessa May. So Dama grounds out. Here's Lexi Dunkelberger, the ninth batter in the Iowa Central lineup. Center. Swung on and missed. Out. Here's the ninth batter in the Iowa Central lineup. Alexis Egan is on deck. She's the leadoff hitter for Iowa Central, batting after she came into today with 59 stolen bases. Boyce hits the homer to right center, and batting a .505 batting average. But today she's 0 for 2 right now, with a ground out to second and a ground out to third. So she's 0 for 2, but she's on deck. Egan is on deck. She's the leadoff hitter for Iowa Central, batting after she came into today with 59 just outside, 2-1 on Dunkelberger, and batting a .505 batting average. But today she's 0 for 2 right now, with a ground out to second and a ground out to third. So she's 0 for 2, but she's on deck. Egan is on deck. She's the leadoff hitter for Iowa Central, batting little looper, it'll be foul. Just outside, 2-1 on Dunkelberger, and batting a .505 batting average. But today she's 0 for 2 right now, with a ground out to second. So Iowa Lakes leads the Tritons 11-3, and Iowa Central's 5 errors hasn't helped any. Little looper, it'll be foul. Just outside, 2-1 on Dunkelberger, and batting .505 batting average. But today she's 0 for 2 right popped up, shallow left, Iowa Lakes leads, and making the catch is the left fielder Solwald to end the inning after 4. Iowa Lakes 11, Iowa Central 3. Leading off the 5th inning is Desiree Lopez. Takes the ball. She starts the 5th. Lopez, the second batter in the Iowa Lakes lineup here in Game 1. San Pedro and Walsh to follow after they batted around in the top of the 4th, and that's how they got from 2 runs to 11 runs, a 9-run inning in the top of the 4th. Takes the ball. She starts the 5th. Lopez outside, ball 2, 2-1. Iowa Lakes lineup here in Game 1. San Pedro and Walsh to follow after they batted around in the top of the 4th, and that's how they got from 2 runs to 11 runs, a 9-run inning in the top of the 4th. Takes the ball. Ball 3, 3-1 on Lopez. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Iowa Lakes lineup here in Game 1. San Pedro and Walsh to follow after they batted around. Swung on a miss, and now it's a full count. 3-2. Boyce trying to get the first out of the inning. Ball 3, 3-1 on Lopez. There's a little chopper. Boyce mishandled it, and nobody's at first. So safe at first is Desiree Lopez. And now it's a full count, 3-2. It'll be a single, infield single for Lopez, as nobody was at first to take the throw from Boyce. Mishandled it, and nobody's at first. So safe at first is Desiree Lopez. And now it's a full count, 3-2. So there's a strike to Leilani San Pedro. Infield single for Lopez, as nobody was at first to take the throw from Boyce. San Pedro started the scoring of this game in the third with a sac fly, and from then on has helped in the scoring of the 11 runs. San Pedro. And Pedro takes outside. Take the throw from Boyce. All in the strike. The scoring of this game in the third with a sac fly, and from then on has helped. And a wild pitch going to get past Dama. To second goes Lopez. So nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Lopez already at second. All in the strike. And now it's 2-1 on San Pedro. Caitlin Walsh on deck. And a wild pitch going to get past Dama. To second goes Lopez. Ball four. So nobody out here. And walks San Pedro. So it must have been 3-1. Second. So runners at first and second. And nobody out. Brings up Caitlin Walsh. Caitlin Walsh on deck. And a wild pitch going to get past Dama. To second goes Lopez. Ball four. Nobody out here. And walks San Pedro. So it must have been 3-1. Second. So runners at first and second. Nobody out. Brings up Caitlin Walsh. Swung on a miss by Walsh. Throw to second. And a nice heads-up play as the throw went to second. So Lopez went to third. And that goes as a stolen base for Desiree Lopez. Now runners on the corners for Iowa Lakes. Nobody out. Looking for more. Looking for a 10-run rule. Nobody out. Brings up Caitlin Walsh. Swung on a miss by Walsh. Throw to second. And a nice heads-up play as the throw went to second. So Lopez went to third. And that goes as a stolen base for Desiree Lopez. Now Walsh lays down a bunt. Throw goes wide of first. Had the easy out, but they cannot complete it. It'll be an error on Boyce. Lopez comes in to score. Advancing 2 bases will be San Pedro. So now San Pedro at third and Walsh at first. Should have been the first out. Walsh lays down a bunt. Throw goes wide of first, but it will be the 6th error of the game for Iowa Central on Boyce. Lopez and it's now 12-3. Advancing Iowa Lakes will be San Pedro. So now San Pedro at third and Walsh at first. Should have been the first out. Walsh lays down a bunt. Throw goes wide of first, but it will be the 6th error of the game. Ball outside to Salazar. And it's now 12-3. Casey Salazar, Iowa Lakes, the shortstop. Will be San Pedro. So now San Pedro at third. Ball in the dirt. Running on the play was Walsh. She'll get there without a throw. And the double play is not in order anymore. Ball out. Runners at second and third now for Iowa Lakes. Still nobody out. And it's now 12-3. Casey Salazar, Iowa Lakes, the shortstop. Swung on a miss. 2-1. Ball in the dirt. Running on the play was Walsh. She'll get there without a throw. And the double play is not in order anymore. Runners at second and third now for Iowa Lakes. Still nobody out. There's a grounder to short. Go home, not in time. A run scores. Going over to third is Walsh. And runners on the corners once again. Another run is in for Iowa Lakes. Now it's 13-3 in the 10-run rule is in effect right now. Not in order anymore. Runners at second and third now for Iowa Lakes. Still nobody out. There's a grounder to short. Go home, not in time. A run scores, going over to third is
first
Walsh.
to Salazar, and now it's the pitcher.
Once again, another run is in.
It is now the pitcher, Yasmin Nix.
13-3 in the 10 rule. 10-run rule is in effect right now.
That's a strike. 0-1. So the inning started with Desiree Lopez.
The run scores, going over to third is
First
Walsh.
it has gotten, and now it's the pitcher.
Once again, another run is in.
It is now the pitcher,
It's
Yasmin
the fourth batter
Nix.
in this inning. Still nobody out in the inning.
That's a strike.
So Iowa Lakes might have a chance to bat around again this inning.
So the inning started
It's 0-2 on
Desiree Lopez.
Nix.
First it has gotten, and now it's the pitcher.
Gabby Heckard on deck.
Yasmin
Fourth batter
Nix.
in this inning. Still nobody out in the inning.
That's a strike.
So Iowa Lakes
There's a
might
grounder
have
up the middle
chance
for a base
to
hit.
bat
Another
around
run is
again
in.
this inning.
And Iowa Lakes leads
14-3. It's 0-2 on Nix. RBI single for the pitcher. The pitcher Yasmin Nix, and it brings up Gabby Heckard, the designated player for Iowa Lakes, and that might do it for Alex Boyce. There's a grounder up the middle for a base hit. Another run is in, and Iowa Lakes leads 14-3. It's 0-2 on Nix. RBI single for the pitcher. Iowa Central does have a pitcher warming up in their bullpen. Will they go to her now, though? That might do it for Alex Boyce. No calls have been made. It looks like just a mound visit. And Iowa Lakes leads 14-3. 0-2 on Nix. RBI single for the pitcher. So right now, Iowa Lakes 14 runs on 11 hits. They've committed 2 errors. As for Iowa Central, 3 runs on 5 hits, and they've committed 6 crucial errors. It looks like just a mound visit. So it is just a mound visit. No moves. Boyce will stay in. So right now, Iowa Lakes face Heckard on 11 hits. They've committed 2 errors. As for Iowa Central, 3 runs on 5 hits, and they've committed 6 crucial errors. It looks like just a mound visit. So it is just a mound visit. No moves. Boyce will stay in. So right now, Iowa Lakes face Heckard on 11 hits. They've committed 2 errors. As for Iowa Central, 3 runs on 5 hits, and they've committed 6 crucial errors. It looks like just a mound visit. 0-1 on Heckard. Mound visit. No moves. Boyce will stay in. Foul back to the screen. 0-2. As for Iowa Central, 3 runs on 5 hits, and they committed 6 crucial errors. 0-1 on Heckard. Down low, 1-2. Foul back to the screen. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Gabby Heckard. There's a ground ball to the right side. And that'll be the first out of the inning. First out of the inning. Runners advance to second and third for the Lakers on Gabby Heckard. There's a ground ball to the right side. So here is Montana Pop. And that'll be the first out into the dirt. Keeping that in front of her, though, is Dama. First out of the inning. Runners advance to second and third for the Lakers on Gabby Heckard. There's a ground ball to the right side. So here is too high, 2-0. Montana Pop. And that'll be the first out into the dirt. Keeping that in front of her, though, is Dama. First out of the inning. That one gets past Dama, and another run is in. Another run is in for Iowa Lakes. Going to third is Nix.
High 2-0. That one into dirt.
So 4 runs in here in the 5th. And possibly more as Nix is at third. And Pop is at the plate.
Damon, another run is in.
There's a strike. 3-1 on Montana Pop.
Going to third is Nix.
With Palisco on deck. And then the top of the order. So 4 runs in here in the 5th. Ball 4, he walked.
Possibly more.
She walked her.
Third.
And Pop is at the plate.
Damon, another run is
so runners on the corners again as Pop walks. And now here's Palisco with Palisco on deck. And then the top of the order. So 4 runs in here in the 5th. Ball 4, he walked.
Possibly more.
She walked her.
Third.
And Pop is at the plate. So runners on the corners again as Pop walks. And now here's Palisco with Palisco on deck. And then the top of the order. So 4 runs in here in the 5th. Actually, there will be a pinch hitter for Iowa Lake, so it's going to be Jerica Walters. Number 15, she'll pinch hit for Palisco. Ball, no strikes. Boy still on the mound. Replaced Jessa May back in the 4th. Actually, there will be a pinch hitter for Iowa Lake, so it's going to be Jerica Walters. Number 15, she'll pinch hit for Palisco. Ball, no strikes. Boy still on the mound. On the dirt, throw down to third. Jessame, not in time. That was the closest pickoff of the day. So it's going to be Jerica Walters. Almost got her at third. Number 15, she'll pinch hit for Palisco. But in the process, it was ball 3. So it's 3-0 on Walters. Ball, no strikes. Pop at third. Still on the mound. On the dirt, throw down to third. Jessame, not in time. That was the closest pickoff of the day. Now 3-1. Almost got her at third. But in the process, it was ball 3. So it's 3-0 on Walters. Pop at third. Ball 4 inside. Another runner's on for Iowa Lakes. Not in time. So Desiree Lopez started the inning here in the 5th. And she is now on deck as Solwold comes to the plate. Process, it was ball 3, so it's 3-0 on Walters. Sorry, another pinch hitter as they get the starters out of the game. It looks like number 12, Tiana Kleiss. Tiana Kleiss is the Desiree pinch hitter for Solwold. 5th. And she is now on deck as Solwold comes to the plate. So another pinch hitter is on deck for Lopez, but that would have been Lopez's spot. The starters out of the game. That one nearly got away from Damon, not enough to get Walters to second. 2 outs in the inning, runners at first and third. The pinch hitter, Tiana Kleiss for Solwold. So another pinch hitter is on deck for Lopez. Down low, Ben Lopez's spot. The starters out of the game. That one nearly got away from Damon, not enough to get Walters to second. 2 outs in the inning, runners at first and third. There's a strike to Kleiss. Tiana Kleiss for Solwold. And it looks like Kenley Frank, number 24, is on deck to pinch hit for Lopez if it gets to her. Grounded slowly towards the pitcher, Boyce, and she has no play at any base, so it'll be an infield hit for the pinch hitter, Kleiss. Bases will become loaded for the pinch hitter, number 24, Kenley Frank. To pinch hit for Lopez if it gets to her. Grounded slowly towards the pitcher, Boyce, and she has no play at any base, so it'll be an infield hit for the pinch hitter, Kleiss. Bases will become loaded for the pinch hitter, number 24, Kenley Frank. To pinch hit for Lopez if it gets to her. Grounded slowly towards the pitcher, Boyce, and she has no play at any base, so it'll be an infield hit. 15-3, Iowa Lakes leads. And then they have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the 5th. Number 24, Kenley Frank. The pinch hit for Lopez if it gets to her. So Frank takes a strike from Boyce. Boyce in her first at bat in the bottom of the 4th had a home run to right center. And her only at bat popped up on the infield, caught by Boyce, and that finally ends the inning here in the 5th. But Iowa Lake scores 4 runs and leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa Lake's 15 and Iowa Central 3. Back here on the Triton Nation Network. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the 10-run rule is in effect for Iowa Lakes, leading 15-3. So the 10-run rule is in effect for 5 innings. So if Iowa Central can't score 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, then Iowa Lakes will take this one in 5 innings. Back here on the Triton Nation leading Network off is Alexis Egan, the top of the Iowa Central order. She's 0 for 2 today. Effect for Iowa Lakes, leading 15-3. So the takes outside rule is in effect for 5 innings. So if Iowa Central can't score 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, then Iowa Lakes will take this one in 5 innings. Back here on the Triton Nation leading Network off is Alexis Egan, the top of the Iowa Central looper into center base hit. Egan's first hit of the day, and a good start for Iowa Central, needing 3 runs to keep this game going. So if Iowa Central can't score 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, then Iowa Lakes will take this. So now it's Katarina Anthony, the third baseman. So leading off, she's 1 for 2 with a single. The top of the Iowa looper into center base hit. Egan's first hit of the day, and a good start for Iowa Central, needing 3 runs to keep this game going. So if Iowa Central can't score 3 runs here, that's ball 1, 1-0. So now Katarina Egan, 59 steals on the season. She's 1 for 2 with the so you gotta watch out for her. If you're Knicks, gotta watch her on the base pass. She loves to steal. Popped up center field. That's ball 1. Making the catch in center is San Pedro for out number 1. So you gotta watch out for her. If you're now Knicks, brings up Cheyenne Anderson. Gotta watch her on the base pass. She loves to steal. Popped up center field. That's ball 1. Making the catch in center is San Pedro for out number 1. So you gotta watch out for her. If you're
Now
Knicks,
brings up Cheyenne Anderson.
gotta watch her on the base pass. She loves
Anderson
the
bunted
steal.
that one foul. On one.
Popped up. Center
So it
field,
looks like
making the catch.
Yasmin Nix will get the win here today
Number one.
if nothing drastic happens.
Now brings up Cheyenne Anderson. Gotta watch her on the base pass.
15-3 Iowa Lakes,
Anderson
one
bunted
out
that
here at the
one
bottom
foul.
of the fifth. On one. Egan wanted to steal,
So
tried to draw a
like
throw down to first.
catch.
Yasmin Nix will get the win here today
Number one.
if nothing drastic happens. 1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson. 15-3 Iowa Lakes, one out here at the bottom of the grounded foul past first, 1 and
Egan
2.
wanted to steal.
Tried to draw a throw down to first.
Yasmin
Jenna
Nix will
Peschel
get the
on
win
deck
here today.
if nothing drastic happens. 1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson. 15-3 Iowa Lakes, one out. 1-2. Grounded foul past popped foul and out of play. Tried to draw a throw down to first. Jenna Peschel on deck today if nothing drastic happens. 1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson. So the big thing today for Iowa Central was 6 errors here in game 1. And out of play. But this is only game 1 of the doubleheader. Fly ball deep center. It's gone for a 2-run homer. And there's 2 of the 3 runs that are needed to keep this game going. Cheyenne Anderson hits one over the wall in center. It's now a 15-5 game, but Iowa Central needs to manufacture at least 1 more run to keep the game going. Only game 1 of the doubleheader. Fly ball deep center. It's gone for a 2-run homer. And there's 2 of the 3 runs that are needed to keep this game going. Cheyenne Anderson hits one over the wall in center. It's now a 15-5 game, but Iowa Central needs to manufacture at least 1 more run to keep the game going. Only game 1 of the doubleheader. Fly ball deep center. It's gone for a 2-run homer. Here's Jenna Peschel. 2 of the 3 runs that are needed to keep this game going. Cheyenne Anderson hits one over the wall in center. It's now a 15-5 game, but Iowa Central. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs in, but Iowa Central still needs 1 more run to keep the game going. Here's Jenna Peschel. Inside, 1-1. There's a strike. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs in, but Iowa Central still needs 1 more run to line foul down the third base line. 1 and 2. 1-1. Destiny Perry, the shortstop for Iowa Central, is on deck. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs in, but Iowa Central still needs 1 more run to line foul down the third base line. Popped up on the infield. Destiny Perry. And it looks like the shortstop is on deck. The shortstop Salazar makes the catch. 2 down now. So here's Destiny Perry. Last chance for Iowa Central on the infield. Destiny Perry. And it looks like the shortstop is on deck. The shortstop Salazar makes the catch. That's high. Ball 1. 2 down now. So here's Destiny Perry. Last chance for Iowa Central on the infield. Destiny Perry. And it looks like the shortstop is on deck. The shortstop Salazar makes the catch. Line to left, and that'll do it. That's high. As the left fielder Kleiss will make the catch. And that ends game 1, a 10-run rule goes to Iowa Lakes, 15-5. Iowa Lakes wins in 5 innings here in Game 1. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes for game number 2 here on the Triton Nation Network.
That'll do it.
Welcome back inside the Triton Nation Network as we get set for game number 2 of this double header between the Iowa Central Tritons and the Iowa Lakes Lakers in the first home games of the season for the Tritons. So here are the starting lineups for Iowa Lakes first. Welcome back inside the Triton Nation. We have for game number 9, Julia Solwold. She is playing left field. Central Tritons. And the batting second, number 3, Desiree Lopez at second base. Batting third, Leilani San Pedro in center field. Caitlin Walsh batting fourth at first base. We have number 9, Casey Salazar batting fifth at shortstop. She is playing left field. Yasmin Nix pitched last game, and she's a designated player. In this game, she's batting sixth. Leilani San Pedro in center field. Lori Custard is the catcher. Montana Pop in right field, and Casey Salazar. Here we go. We're getting started, and it's ball 1 to Solwold. And batting ninth is Polisco. She's a designated player. That's Alexi Polisco, and she's playing third base. And Bibiana Rosales is the starting pitcher today for Iowa Lakes. For Iowa Central, the starting pitcher, here we go, ball 2, 2-0. Started, and it's Katie Malloy is the starting pitcher today for the Tritons. Catching is Peyton Adwell. The designated player today for Iowa Central is Alexis Egan. In the outfield from left to right, as that one fouled away by Solwold. From left to right in the outfield for the Tritons. In left is Kennedy Newell. In center is Cheyenne Anderson. And in right, Gabby Bingham playing today. Playing here in game 2. Today for Iowa Central is Alexis Egan. At third base, Destiny Perry. At shortstop, Katarina Anthony. At second base is Carly Jones. And at first base is Jenna Peschel. Kennedy Newell, and once again Peyton Adwell catching. So now 3-1 on Solwold. We'll give you the starting lineup, how Iowa Central at third base lines up in the bottom half of this inning. So here's the 3-1 to Solwold, grounded to third, and it's Perry who throws out Solwold for out number 1. So now 3-1 on Solwold. So Iowa Central, the Tritons trying to bounce back after a 10-run loss in 5 innings in game 1. Let's see if they can bounce back 1 away here in the top of the first of game 2. As grounded foul. Grounded foul by Lopez. Trying to bounce back after a 10-run loss in 5 innings in game 1. Let's see if they can bounce back 1 away here in the top of the first of game 2. As grounded foul. Here's the 1 foul by Lopez. Outside, 1-1. Bounce back after a 10-run loss in 5 innings in game 1. Let's see if they can bounce back 1 away here in the top of the first of game 2. As grounded foul. Here's the that's high, 2-1. Outside, 1-1. Bounce back after a 10-run loss in 5 innings in game 1. See if they can bounce 2 balls and a strike on Lopez. Of game 2, as grounded foul. High and outside again, 3-1. Outside, 1-1. Bounce back after a lines up 10 runs. 3 balls and a strike on Desiree Lopez. 2 balls and a strike. Solwold grounded out on to Lopez. Start the game. High and there's a strike. 3-1. Lopez pulled back the bunt
Took strike two. Now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In and out here in the first.
2 balls and a strike. Solid grounded out to start the game.
Little looper to left and over the head of the left fielder Newell.
Pulled back.
It's into the left field corner. On her way to third, and she'll stop there with the triple. A 1-out triple for Desiree Lopez. And Iowa Lakes in business here in the first. Little looper to left and over the head of the left fielder Newell. It's into the left field corner. On her way to third, and she'll stop there with the triple. A 1-out triple for Desiree Lopez. And now it brings up Leilani San Pedro. In business here in the first. Swung on a miss. To left and over the head of the left fielder Newell. It's into the left field corner. On her way to third, and she'll stop there with the triple. A 1-out triple for Desiree Lopez. And now it brings up Leilani San Pedro. In business here in the first. Swung on a miss. Popped up, shallow left. It's going to fall in for a hit. Scoring on the play is Lopez. It's an RBI single for San Pedro. And just like that, Iowa Lakes leads 1-0. Triple for Desiree Lopez. And now it brings up Leilani San Pedro. Business here in the first. Swung on a miss. Popped up, shallow left. It's going to fall in for a hit. Scoring on the play is Lopez. It's an RBI single for San Pedro. And just like that, Iowa Lakes leads 1-0. That one in the dirt, and easily getting the stolen base is San Pedro. Shallow left. It's going to fall in for a hit. Scoring on the play is Lopez. It's an RBI single for San Pedro, and just like that, Iowa Lakes leads 1-0. So Caitlin Walsh at the plate in the dirt, and easily getting the stolen base is San Pedro. Popped up on the infield, making the catch is the second baseman Jones for out number 2. Holding at second is San Pedro. So Caitlin Walsh at the plate in the dirt, and easily getting the stolen base is San Pedro. Popped up on the infield, making the catch is the second baseman Jones for out number 2. Holding at second is San Pedro. There's a strike to Salazar, the shortstop. Walsh at the plate in the dirt, and easily getting the stolen base is San Pedro. Popped up on the infield, making the catch is the second baseman Jones for out number 2. The 0-1 is high. San Pedro. There's a strike to Salazar, the shortstop. Walsh at the plate in the dirt, and easily getting the stolen base is San Pedro. Popped up on the infield, making the catch is the second baseman Jones for out number 2. The 0-1 is high. Swung on a miss. 1-2 to Salazar, the shortstop. Two outs here in the first. Iowa Lakes has already scored a run. The 0-1 is high. Swung on a miss. 1-2. Fouled back to Salazar, the shortstop. Two outs here in the first. Iowa Lakes has already scored a run. The 0-1 is high. Swung on a miss. 1-2. Fouled back to Salazar, shortstop. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning. But the Lakers score once here in the first, and they leave a runner on
we will head to the bottom of the first. It's the Lakers 1 and the Tritons coming up here on the Triton Nation Network. So the Lakers score once in the top of the first. Now here it's the Tritons half of the first. So here's their starting lineup. Alexis Egan is the designated player. She leads off. Katarina Anthony at short. Cheyenne Anderson batting third. Jenna Peschel at first. And so Destiny Perry batting fifth. Kennedy Newell in left field. Peyton Adwell the catcher. Gabby Bingham in right field. And batting ninth is Carly Jones at second base. Katarina Anthony. You just saw Katie Malloy, the starting pitcher, batting third. Jenna Peschel at first. And Destiny Perry batting fifth. Kennedy Newell. So here comes Alexis Egan. She went 1 for 3 in game 1. And batting ninth is Carly Jones at second base. Katarina Anthony. You just saw Katie Malloy. Egan 59 steals on the season. At first. And Destiny Perry batting fifth. Kennedy Newell. So here comes Alexis Egan. She went 1 for 3 in game 1. And batting ninth is Carly Jones at second base. Katarina Anthony. You just saw Katie Malloy. Egan 59 steals on the season. At first. And Destiny Perry that's outside. Ball 1. 1-1. So here comes Alexis Egan. She went 1 for 3. Triton's already down a run. Carly Jones at second base. Starting pitcher for Iowa Lakes is Bibiana Rosales. There's a ground ball to the second base. 1-1. So here comes Alexis Egan. She went 1 for 3. And that's Lopez who throws out Egan for out number 1. And it brings up pitcher for Katarina Anthony is Bibiana Rosales. There's a ground ball to the second base. 1-1. And that's Lopez who throws out. So ball on Anthony 1-0. It brings up pitcher for Katarina Anthony is Bibiana Rosales. There's a ground ball to the second outside for ball 2. Rosales, a freshman Lopez from Lake Elsinore, California. Anthony 1-0. It brings up pitcher for Katarina Anthony. Bibiana Rosales. There's a strike to Anthony. 2-1. Outside for ball 2. Rosales, a freshman from Lake Elsinore, California. Anthony 1-0. Ball 3-1 on Anthony with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. There's a strike. Iowa Lakes leading 1-0. 2-1. Outside for ball 2. Rosales, a freshman. Ball 4, she walked Anthony. So 1 out walk. And it brings up Cheyenne Anderson on Anthony with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. There's a strike. Iowa Lakes leading 1-0. 2-1. Anderson hit a 2-run home run in game 1. Rosales, a freshman. Ball 4, she walked Anthony. So 1 out walk. And it brings up Cheyenne Anderson on Anthony with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. There's a strike. Iowa Lakes leading 1-0. 2-1. Anderson hit a 2-run home run in game 1. Swung on a miss. It's now 0-2 on Anderson with Katarina Anthony at first. Jenna Peschel on deck. Bottom of the first, Iowa Lakes leading 1-0. Anderson hit a 2-run home run in game 1. Popped up, and it will be caught. Swung on a miss on the outfield grass by the second baseman Lopez for out number 2, and it brings up Jenna Peschel. Jenna Peschel on deck. Anderson hit a 2-run home run in game 1. Popped up, and it will be caught. Swung on a miss on the outfield grass by the second baseman. Peschel takes one in the dirt, throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Anthony. Jenna Peschel on deck. So 1-0 on Peschel, and now Anthony at second. Popped up, and it will be caught. Swung on a miss on the outfield grass by the second. Peschel takes one in the dirt, throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Anthony. Jenna Peschel on deck. Down low, ball 2. 1-0 on Peschel, and now Anthony at second. Popped up, and it will be caught. 2-0 on the outfield grass by the That's ball 3. Dirt, throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base. 3-0 on Peschel with Destiny Perry on deck. Down low, ball 2. 1-0 on Peschel, and now Anthony at second. Popped up, and it will be caught. Outside, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk by Rosales. Ball 3, and Peschel's on. 3-0. So 2 outs, 2 on for Destiny Perry. Down low, ball 2. 1-0 on Peschel, now Anthony at second. So a chance to drive in the tying run and maybe even the go-ahead run here in the inning for Perry, but she'll have to do it with 2 outs. And Peschel's on. There's a strike. So 2 outs, 2 on for Destiny Perry. Down low, ball 2. 1-0 on Peschel, now Anthony at second. So a chance to drive in the tying run and maybe even the go-ahead run here in the inning for Perry. Inside for a ball, 1-1. And Peschel's on. There's a strike. So 2 outs, 2 on. Iowa Lakes got a run in the first on an RBI single by Leilani San Pedro. Iowa Central trying to tie it up here in the bottom half of the first. Ball 2 to Perry, 2-1. Inside for a ball, 1-1. Kennedy Newell on deck. There's a strike. So 2 outs, 2 on. Iowa Lakes got a run in the first on an RBI single by Leilani San Pedro. Iowa Central trying to tie it up. Liner right to third. The first. Right to the third baseman, Palisco to end the inning. So that line out ends the inning for Iowa Central after 1. It's a 1-0 lead for Iowa Lakes. Back here on the Triton Nation Network, leading off is Yasmin Nix, the designated player for Iowa Lakes. Nix was the starting pitcher last game. She went all 5 innings, got the win, allowed 3 runs. in a 10-run rule. Back here on the Triton Nation Network, leading off is Yasmin Nix, the designated player for Iowa Lakes. Nix was the starting pitcher last game. She went all 5 innings, got the win. Now 0-1 on Nix. Grounds this one to first. It's Peschel, and she'll step on the bag herself for out number 1. Nix, the designated player for Iowa Lakes. Nix was the starting pitcher last game. So 1 down, and here's Lori Custard. Got the win. Custard played second last game, but was the flex player, so she did not bat in the game herself last game, but she is today, and she's the catcher this game. Takes high ball 1. So 1 down, and here's Lori Custard. Custard played second last game, but was the flex player, so she did not bat in the game herself last game, but she is today, and she's the catcher this game. Ball 2, 2-0. So 1 down, and here's Lori Custard. Custard played second last game, but was the flex player, so she did not bat in the game herself last game, but she is today, and she's the catcher this game. Ball 2, 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0 on Custard. Custard played second last game, but was the flex player, so she did not bat in the game last game, but she is today, and she's the catcher this game. There's a strike. 3-1. 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0 on Custard. So 3-1 on Custard. 1 out in the inning. Montana Pop on deck. Now fouled away. Now 3-2. There's a strike. 3-1. Ball 3, 3-0 on Custard. So 3-1 on Custard. 1 out in the inning. Montana Pop on deck. Now fouled away. Now 3-2. There's a strike. 3-1. Ball 3, 3-0. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So Malloy comes back to get Custard. Now 2 outs, and it brings up Montana Pop. Montana Pop on deck. Now fouled away. Now 3-2. There's a strike. 3-1. 2 outs, swung nobody on. Strike 3. Here's Pop. So Malloy comes back to get Custard. Now 2 outs, and it brings up Montana Pop. Montana Pop on deck. Now fouled away. Now 3-2. Strike 3-1. 2 outs, swung nobody on. Strike 3. Here's Pop. So Malloy comes back to get Custard. Now just 2 outside. Outs, brings up Montana Pop. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Second inning. 1-0 lead for Iowa Lakes. 2 outs, nobody on. Grounded up the middle for a base hit for Pop. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. So Pop singles with 2 outs. And here's Alexi Polisco, the third baseman. Grounded up the middle for a base hit for Pop. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. So Pop singles with 2 outs. And here's Alexi Polisco, the third baseman. The middle,
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Close Chrome and turn up his tab. Or his mic. Okay, he just came outside. What's up?
Okay. I got it picked up the top. Picked up the So we go to the bottom of the second inning. So Kennedy Newell will lead off. Now for the Tritons, they'll lead off the bottom of the second. Looking for their first run of the game. I guess their first hit as well. Newell takes a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Newell. He bunts it towards first. And the throw to first is just in time to get Newell. So she grounds out to the first baseman, Walsh. And Walsh gets to Lopez as she came over. So it's a 3-4 put out. 1 out. And now it's Peyton Adwell. Takes a strike. That one lined to deep left. It's gone for a home run for Peyton Adwell. Her first at bat of the day. Did not play in game 1. And she goes yard to tie the game here in the bottom of the second. We're tied at 1, and that's also the first Iowa Central hit here in game 2. So now we're back tied 1-1. 1 out, and here is Gabby Bingham, the right fielder. Bingham takes down low, 1-0. The 1-0.
inside for a ball. That's 2-0. 2-0 on Bingham. There's a strike. Well, 2-1. And that comes inside and hits Bingham. So she'll take her base. So now runner at first with 1 out for the Tritons, and it brings up number 8, Carly Jones, playing second base here in game 2. This will be her first at bat of the day. Did not play in game 1. Outside. Ball 1. Popped foul. One and one. One to Jones. Going to second. That throws into center, but holding at second is Bingham as she gets a stolen base. So Bingham with the stolen base. She's now at second. Two and one on Jones. Swung on and missed. 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. A run in for the Tritons on the home run by Peyton Adwell. And now Bingham at second with Carly Jones, the 9th batter in the lineup, with a 2-2 count. 3-2, taken for a ball. Now full count for Jones. Alexis Egan on deck. Grounded foul. That one line foul, and now to play again. Good battle. It'll remain 3-2. Lifted to left and right at the left fielder Solwald, who makes the catch for out number 2. Holding at second is Bingham, and it brings up Alexis Egan. Egan grounded to second to lead off the bottom of the first. Has a chance to drive in a run here. Lines it foul. The 0-1. Down low. Popped up foul and just out of play. 1-2 on Egan. Ball 2. Two to Egan. Outside, ball 3. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, tied at 1. Ball 4 walked her. So now runners at first and second, and it brings up Katarina Anthony. Anthony at shortstop. Walked in the first, and then stole a base. There's a strike to Anthony. She has a chance to drive in a run. There's strike 2. Now it's 0-2 on Anthony. Bingham at second, Egan at first. Two outs in the inning. Fly ball to left, Sold going back, it's gone! A 3-run homer for Katarina Anthony. And Iowa Central leads 4-1 here in the second. So 2 home runs here in the bottom of the second give Iowa Central a 4-1 lead. The solo shot from Peyton Adwell, and now a 3-run home run for Katarina Anthony. And now it brings up Cheyenne Anderson 4-1 Iowa Central. Oh, and 1 on Anderson. She popped up to second her first time. Takes way outside, 1-1. Grounded foul past third. Outside, ball 2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Down low, 3-2, another full count. This time on Anderson. Three-two to Anderson. Line to left, but curls foul and out of play. Do it again. 4 runs in here in the second for the Tritons on 2 home runs. One by Adwell, one by Anthony. Fouled away again. Another 3-2. Lined up the middle. Base hit for Cheyenne Anderson. Base hit up the middle. Keeps the inning going. And it keeps it going for Jenna Peschel. Peschel walked her first time up, but that will be halted by a new pitcher. The new pitcher going to be number 21. It's going to be Yasmin Nix to go back in as Nix went 5 innings in game 1 and won that game, and she'll come in here in relief in game 2 as it's a 4-1 lead for Iowa Central. So that means Rosales is done. She's given up 4 runs. They were all earned. Only 2 hits. And she has gone an inning and 2/3. An inning and 2/3 innings. And now it'll be Yasmin Nix once again. She was the starter in game 1 and went on to win game 1. So she'll face Jenna Peschel in her first batter. Throw down to second. That goes into center. But holding there at second after the stolen base is Anderson. So she'll get a stolen base. That's the 3rd time the Tritons have stole a base in this game. This time they steal one off of Nix. One and 0. Ball is high. 2-0. So Peschel walks on 4 pitches. Now it's Destiny Perry. Kennedy Newell started this inning, so Iowa Central close to batting around. 1-0 on Perry. Way too high, gets past the catcher Custard, down to second and third go Anderson and Peschel. 2-0 on Perry. There's a strike to Perry, 2-1. 4-1 Tritons lead. They've scored 4 runs here in the second on 2 home runs. One by Peyton Adwell, whose spot is coming up again here soon. High again to Perry. It's now 3-1. And the other home run this inning was a 3-run shot to left by Katarina Anthony. Fouled back. And that makes it a full count again, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Destiny Perry, the third base. Playing third base today for the Tritons. Fouled back, out of play. Another 3-2. Strike 3 called. Got Perry looking to end the inning. But the Tritons bat around. The bottom of the third will start with Kennedy Newell. But after 2 innings, the Tritons take a 4-1 lead into the third. Back on the Triton Nation Network, leading off the third inning for Iowa Lakes is Julia Solwold, the left fielder, top of the order for the Lakers. Grounded to second. And getting her at first is the second baseman, Carly Jones. One down here in the third. Here's Desiree Lopez. And 1 on the second baseman, Lopez. Ball 1 on the outside edge, 1-1. Lopez tripled to left into the left field corner in the first and scored on a single by son Pedro, who is on deck. That's the run on the board for the Lakers. And there's a strike on Lopez, now 1-2. Fouled back. Stays alive. Leilani San Pedro is on deck for the Lakers. Little tapper into left for another hit for Lopez. That's her second hit of the day. She's 2 for 2. A one out single. And here is San Pedro. San Pedro drove in the only Iowa Lakes run in the first, drove in Lopez. Swung on a miss. Ball high, throw down to first, gets away, and Lopez will go to second. That'll be the first error of the game. So 1-1 on San Pedro. The error will be charged to the catcher, Adwell. Pop fly into right center, and right there to make the catch is the center fielder. The center fielder Anderson, but tagging and going to third is Desiree Lopez. So now 2 outs with a runner at third for Iowa Lakes, and it brings up number 17, Caitlin Walsh. Walsh popped up to second her first time. Walsh pops it up on the infield. Let's see who's got it. It'll be the second baseman, Jones, to make the catch and retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Iowa Central 4 and Iowa Lakes 1 here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back here on the Triton Nation Network. Iowa Central leads 4-1 over the Iowa Lakes Lakers here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. In the first home games of the year for the Tritons. Lost Game 1, they lead 4-1 here in Game 2. In the bottom of the third, Yasmin Nix came on in relief. This will be her second inning of work, as Newell lines one down the left field line, has a double. A leadoff double for Kennedy Newell. Cut it right down the line past the third base, past third baseman Palisco. So leadoff double for Newell. And here's Peyton Adwell, who homered her first time up. See what she has in store here in her second at bat, this time against Yasmin Nix. Adwell homered off of the starter, which was Bibiana Rosales. Rosales allowed all 4 of the Triton runs. That was in the second inning before she was replaced by Yasmin Nix, who started and finished game 1. Fouled away by Adwell quickly, 0-2. So now 0-2 on Adwell, the catcher. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That's out number 1. And it brings up Gabby Bingham. Bingham got hit on an inside pitch and then stole a base in the second. Bingham playing right field. Little chopper into left for a hit. Holding on at third is Newell, and the throw comes home. So Bingham, a heads-up base runner, takes second easily. So it'll be a single for Bingham and then gets to second on the throw. So a single for Bingham. So now here's Carly Jones with runners at second and third and 1 away against Yasmin Nix. Bunts the ball in front of Nix, only plays the first, and she'll get Jones out at first. So that'll be a fielder's choice for Nix. Go 1 to 3, 1 to 4, sorry. A run scores, it's now 5-1. So now here's Alexis Egan. Egan walked her last time up. She's also grounded out to second. She's batted in all 3 innings now. She led off the bottom of the first with a ground out to second. Walked last inning in that bat around inning. And bunts it foul now, 0-2. And now batting here in the third. Runner at third. That's Bingham at third. Oh, and 2 on Egan. Fouls it back. Stays alive. We'll do it over again. Another 0-2 coming. Katarina Anthony on deck. Anthony hasn't gotten out in this game so far. She's walked and crushed a 3-run homer last inning. Egan grounds this one to second. And Lopez will make the play to end the inning. So Tritons get 1 more run on the RBI single by Bingham. So 5-1 Tritons. After 3, we go to the 4th. Katie Malloy will be back out there when we come back. Back here on the Triton Nation Network. Leading off here in the fourth. It's going to be number 9, Julius Solwold. There's a strike. Number 4, Casey Salazar. Not Solwold, Salazar.
You're okay there.
Ball 1. One and one. Off the hands, and Malloy grabs it for out number 1. Just got her inside on the hands. Short pop up. Now it's the pitcher, or excuse me, designated player, Yasmin Nix, but she's pitching now. Came in relief of Rosales back in the second. Pops up foul. The 0-1, swung on and missed, 0-2. 0-2 on Nix. The 0-2 from Malloy. Popped up on the infield. Looks like Adwell has it, and she does. For the second out here in the fourth. And it will bring up Custard, the catcher. Custard 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Fouled back. Line drive foul. Own 1. Iowa Central 5 runs on 5 hits. They've committed an error in this game. Iowa Lakes 1 run on 4 hits and no errors in this game so far. 2 outs here in the fourth. Swung on and missed. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the fourth. A 5-1 Iowa Central lead here at Harlan Rogers. Inside, 1-2. Lori Custard, a freshman from Des Moines. Swung on a missed, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Custard. And Malloy is through 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Iowa Central 4, Iowa Lakes 1. It is a 5-1 lead for Iowa Central as we go to the bottom of the fourth. We're about to get started there in the bottom of the fourth. Leading off will be Katarina Anthony. So Anthony playing shortstop here in game 2. She has not gotten out here in game 2. She's walked in the first, and she's hit a 3-run homer in the second. She takes a strike to start the fourth. There's the 0-1 from Nix. Taking high, 1-1. Line drive to center, and it's off the wall in center. Anthony, a big turnaround first, and good decision to stay at first as the throw was a good throw back into second. So a leadoff single for Anthony. She still hasn't gotten out here in the game. Here's Cheyenne Anderson. She's 1 for 2 with a single. One and 0 on Anderson. High again, 2-0. Inside ball 3-0 on Anderson with Anthony at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. That single by Anthony just a second ago was the 6th hit for the Tritons. Now it's 3-0 on Anderson. There's a strike, 3-1. Good count to hit now for Cheyenne Anderson. Hit a home run in game 1. It's 1 for 2 in this game with a stolen base. Lined into right center, caught by the center fielder San Pedro for out number 1. Back to first is Anthony. And it brings up Jenna Peschel.
16, Jenna Peschel.
Peschel has walked twice. Has walked in the first and walked in the second. So no official at bat yet. But she's done a good job of getting on base. And she starts a ball high. So, and both walks have been on 4 straight balls. So it starts on that pace again. First pitch of ball. Lifted to left and can't get it. And Solwold can't get it. Throw to third, not in time. It's a double for Peschel. Safe at third is Anthony. And with 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth, the Tritons have runners at second and third. And it brings up Destiny Perry. Perry 0 for 2 with a line out to third and a strikeout as well. So she's looking for an RBI to help out her day. Not a very good day so far. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out. Takes inside, ball 1. 5-1 lead for the Tritons, looking for more here in the 4th. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Kennedy Newell is on deck. One ball, one strike, one out. Swung on and missed again. 1-2 on Perry. One and two. Ball is high, 2-2. Just a little bit high. Now it's 3-2. She worked it back to a full count. Three balls, two strikes, one out. We're in the bottom of the 4th here at Harlan Rogers. A 5-1 Triton lead. Line to left. Down the line off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. It's a 2-run double for Destiny Perry. And the Tritons now lead 7-1 here in the 4th. And that'll do it. Will that do it for Nix? Looks like that will. So Nix is done. So now some defensive changes. We'll figure those out and we'll be back in a moment. So back on the Triton Nation Network, new pitcher. It's going to be Julius Solwold, number 9, as Newell grounds out to Lopez at second. The new left fielder, still unknown right now. However, there's 2 outs and a runner at third for the Tritons. They've already put 2 more on the board thanks to a 2-run double by Destiny Perry. Here's Adwell. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. And the new left fielder is Gabby Heckard, number 2, coming in for Solwold as she's pitching. There's strike number 2 on Adwell. 2-2. Ball outside. 3-2 on Adwell. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gabby Bingham on deck. Down low, ball 4. And Adwell is on with the walk, and it brings up the right fielder, Gabby Bingham. So Bingham has been on base both times with she got on in the first, being hit by an inside pitch, and then singled in the second. There's a strike, and getting that stolen base was Adwell, so now runners at second and third for the Tritons. Down low, 1-1. Fakes the bunt. Ball 2, 2-1. Bunts it foul for strike 2. So 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th, 2 runs in, 2 runners on. Two and two on Gabby Bingham. Grounded. Foul. Pass first. Close, but foul. So another 2-2. Inside, ball 3. 3-2. Good at bats by the Tritons. A lot of full counts here in game 2. Grounder misplayed by the first baseman, and That'll allow Bingham to get to first safely, and scoring is Perry. It makes it 8-1 Tritons. And runners are now on the corners with 2 outs. That'll be an error on the first baseman, Walsh. And here's Carly Jones. That one's high, and another stolen base for the Tritons. It's Bingham getting to second with that stolen base without a throw. So 1-0 on Jones. There's a strike. Down low, 2-1. Fly ball to left in foul territory. Making the catch is Heckard to end the inning. But the Tritons score 3 runs in the bottom of the in the bottom of the 4th, excuse me. We go to the 5th. Tritons lead 8-1. Montana Pop leading off the 5th inning for the Lakers. Iowa Lakes trailing the Tritons by 7. Montana Pop grounds this one into center. Getting it back in quickly is Anderson. It's a leadoff single for Pop. And it brings up Palisco. Now here's Palisco against Malloy. Ball 1. Grounded in front of the plate. Out to get it is Malloy. Throw to first. In time. Pop to second, but now 1 away. It's a fielder's choice. So back to the order now for Solwold. So an 8-1 lead for the Tritons here in the 5th. Both teams with an error. Pop at second for the Lakers. One away. It's the pitcher, Sobel. There's a strike. 0-1. Fouled that one away. 0-2 on Sobel. The 0-2. Just slapped that one foul. On 2 again. Just slapped foul behind plate again. Stays alive. On deck is Desiree Lopez, who is 2 for 2 today. Don't want her up in an RBI situation. They have Pop at second. Sold at the plate. 0-2 from Malloy. Popped foul behind the plate and out of play. Sold the leadoff batter for the Lakers. Looking for her pitch. Way outside. Throw down to third, and out there is Pop. Gunned down by Adwell. It was a little late start by Pop as Adwell blocked it in the dirt. Fired down to third, and Pop not even close. So that eliminates the runner at second. Now 2 outs, 1-2 on Solwold. Man fouled away again by Solwold. So a good battle by Solwold against Malloy. Malloy still has the advantage of a 1-2 count. Just outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. An 8-1 lead for the Tritons. Nobody on now after that caught stealing. Here in the 5th inning. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Solwold. And now that caught stealing is a big and that'll end the inning, I guess. Kind of interesting, but But we go to the bottom of the fifth. An 8-1 lead for the Tritons. Back on the Triton Nation Network. Start the bottom of the fifth. Alexis Egan takes the ball. 1-0. Ball 2. 2-0. There's a strike. Bottom of the fifth. 8-1 Iowa Central. And Egan lays down a bunt. Throw to first. Got her in time. So Solwold gets out number 1. Solwold to Walsh. So here's Katarina Anthony. Anthony 2 for 2 with the walk, including a single and a 3-run homer. Fly ball into right center. Making the catch is the right fielder, Montana Pop. 2 down, and it brings up Cheyenne Anderson.
Now batting number 4, Cheyenne Anderson.
Inside, ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. Ball and a strike on Anderson. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Two and one. Strike 2. 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. An 8-1 lead for the Tritons. 8 runs on 8 hits so far. Just outside 3-2. 3-2 on Anderson. Fouled back. Half swing. And counted as a ball, and that's ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk for Cheyenne Anderson. And here's the first baseman, Jenna Peschel, for the Tritons. Peschel 1 for 1 with 2 walks in the game, and she doubled her last time up. Scored on a 2-run double by Destiny Perry, who is on deck, and there's a wild pitch, I believe. And line to left and curls foul. 2 balls and a strike now on Peschel. Two one. That's strike 2. 2-2 now on Peschel. Once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With Anderson at second, the 2-2. Liner right at the second baseman Lopez. She'll make the catch to end the inning. We played 5 here at Harlan Rogers. Tritons 8, Lakers 1. Welcome back on the Triton Nation Network. Malloy back out to work the 6th for the Tritons. And Leilani San Pedro fouls that one away to start the 6th for the Lakers. San Pedro is 1 for 2. So Lopez grounds out. Lopez. There's a strike. 1-1 on Caitlin Walsh. Malloy working on her 6th inning. Swung on a missed, 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes. One, two. Strike 3 called. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 8-1 Tritons. Back on the Triton Nation Network, Destiny Perry will lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Tritons, as the Tritons look to add on their 8-1 lead. Deep fly ball to left, and that's long gone for Destiny Perry. That's the first home run for Perry tonight, and the 3rd home run total for the Tritons. It's now 9-1. A 9-1 lead for the Tritons as Perry adds on. And that does it. The 8-run rule after 6. 8-run rule does it. So once again, Iowa Central wins it 9-1 in 6 innings. Final score, Iowa Central 9 and Iowa Lakes 1. You've been watching Iowa Central softball on the Triton Nation Network.